Hello. It has been a while. I mean, first let's address the elephant in the room, which is that I haven't posted a Plan With Me video in a few months, and that is really weird for me to say. Maybe there are some of you guys out there who didn't even notice that I skipped posting the Plan With Me videos, but I know there are a bunch of people who have been messaging me asking me where they are. It wasn't really anything major. Honestly, I just did not have the time or motivation to post them with a lot of the other things going on. If you guys didn't know, the past few months have been crazy. We dropped the Little Doodle Friends blind boxes. A few weeks ago, I turned 27. That is a life update, I guess. I've been in the midst of figuring out a lot of personal things, like possibly moving, a lot of things like that. So the Plan With Me videos sort of slipped through the cracks. That's really it. We are so back this month though, guys. I thought that this month would be a good month to bring back the Plan With Me videos because after doing the Little Doodle Friends blind box drop, I have been in this state of like, what now? This thing that I've been working on for 2 years is finally done. Like, what do I do next? And it's really nice to come back to a routine and a format and something that I feel really comfortable in to like check in with myself, especially now that it's halfway through 2025, so we can like refocus and reflect on our goals from the beginning of the year, set some new ones. We'll just yap and plan and journal. I also created some little junk journal scrapbook pages for some of the major things that have been going on. Grab your journal and a cup of tea or some snacks or something. Let's get started. It's been so long since I said that. My theme for my July bullet journal spreads are the Little Doodle Friends. And if you're new here, you don't know who the Little Doodle Friends are, these are the characters that I created. It started out with Fredbert, who is a frog that I doodled in my journals over the past few years, and this past couple of years I've been expanding the universe. I added different characters, and I recently dropped the blind box collection that I was talking about, which has little plush keychains of these characters. And I wanted to do this theme in particular for a couple of reasons. One, I haven't officially drawn all of these characters in my journal in a video yet because I was keeping them a secret for so long, so it felt like something I had to do, just draw them in my journal so they could be forever memorialized in my bullet journal, which is where all of these little doodles started. And two, I thought it would be a good way to close off this little collection and drop. Of course, this is not the last time you guys are going to see the Little Doodle Friends. I have lots more things in store and planned for these little guys, but since they took up so much of my brain space over the past couple of years, it just felt right that we dedicate an entire theme to them. And like I mentioned earlier in the video, now that this project is out and it's released into you guys, I really have been in sort of like a lost state, kind of like wondering what to do with my free time, what's next. I feel like that happens whenever we do a big product drop. It's like this big build up and then suddenly we're done. So it's nice to come back to my little journal and doodle some characters that I'm very familiar with. So in terms of the actual cover page, which I haven't done one of these in so long, I drew the faces of the Little Doodle Friends using my brown fine liner, which I've had for like 10 years. It's crazy. I don't know how this fine liner has survived this long, but I remember I used it in my old sketchbook when I was in high school. Somehow it's still alive, so Copic fine liners, you really popped off with this one. And you're about to see the result of my brain fog because I realized I accidentally wrote June and I didn't realize it until way later on. So I end up fixing it later. Somehow my brain is still in June mode because I was thinking, oh, it's my birthday was recently June, but no, we're planning for July. So don't worry, I end up fixing that. So I drew all the characters in these little shaped icons, like a rounded square, a heart, a circle, and some of you guys might notice that this theme is a little bit similar to the Sanrio theme that I did a couple years ago, and that was on purpose because a lot of these characters was inspired by the characters that I loved in my childhood: Sanrio, Disney, Pokemon, Animal Crossing, all of these things. So I wanted to sort of like reference my reference, if that makes sense. But also I think it's a cute way to draw all the characters in these little like windows and give them their own little place to shine, almost like they're picture frames. And I feel like even if you don't want to draw my particular characters, you can easily switch them out for any characters that you like, or animals, things like that. I think it would look really cute either way. This is for all my fellow zebra modliner stands. I did manage to color in every single one of the little doodle friends using the existing modliner colors, which was very important to me because you guys know how much I love using modliners in my bullet journals. I feel like they're just a go-to. You know the colors will all go together because it's like the perfect level of saturation. So I was very happy that I was able to create my characters using physical mediums like markers, because that's honestly how all of these characters started. It was just a doodle in a page. So I colored in all of the characters, and the backgrounds that I chose were just sort of like contrasting colors that I thought would go well. Oh, here you guys see me patch up the bottom. I ended up using this gingham washi tape that I got when I was in Tokyo earlier this year, and I thought it fit the vibes perfectly. It was like a nice background that brought everything together. I wrote out July and also added these cute little flower stickers that I also got from, I think I got those from Korea during my trip to Korea. On the other side, I put more of that gingham tape, and then I used the Little Doodle Friends stickers. These stickers actually have like a slight holographic glitter finish to them, so it matched the floral stickers that I used as well, but I thought they looked so cute lined up at the bottom there. I drew out a quick little July calendar just using some horizontal lines. This calendar page came together super quickly, but I love the simplicity of it with the bold drawings of the characters. I think it's really cute, yet soft at the same time. I think the brown fine liner really does that. I added some other little stickers around it, and then moving on to the other spread. So this weekly spread is one that I've been doing whenever I do have time to do a full bullet journal spread. This one, I just put the weekly overview at the top, so in those boxes, I treat them almost like mini calendar boxes, and I'll put my events and appointments. You can see I wrote out this week, but later I end up covering it with the gingham tape to make it match my theme a little bit better. I added a simple to-do list box underneath, and then I also used the photo card that came in the Fredbert plushie blind box to decorate it. Here you'll see I added the gingham tape in order to bring everything together. And by the way, the reason why the background tabletop keeps switching is because I actually started filming this and doing the spreads, but then I didn't finish before I had to leave for my trip to New York. So this is filmed in New York and I kind of switched back and forth. So sorry if that's a little bit confusing. These were filmed in 2 separate days, but that is realistically how I make my spreads these days. Like, I don't just sit down and make all of them in one sitting. Typically I'll do them in multiple sittings, so that's why it looks like that. Anyway, on the other side, I wanted to do a little page to set some mid-year goals, so I just used that gingham tape across the top, and then I also split up my goals for personal, work, as well as health goals. For this, I actually am using this like a goal brainstorm, if that makes sense, just writing down some ideas of goals and things that I want to focus on. I definitely still need to reflect and think of some more. And then once I choose the goals that I really want to focus in and hone in on for the second half of the year, I am going to make a separate journal spread where I journal about those, write out the methods, how I'm going to achieve those goals, and really, add more detail. Now for the fun part, the junk journal spreads that I made for the things that have happened over the past month or so. And what I typically will do is just, compile all of the little junk pieces, postcards, scraps, receipts, things like that I've collected from the past couple of months and see what spreads that I can make with it. Not that there needs to be a theme, but of course, sometimes it's nice to have a theme to go off of. And this particular one is based off of my birthday that happened, because obviously that was a big event that happened. I turned 27, which sounds like such a big girl age, but I do like the sound of 27. Like, I think when I was younger and I would hear someone say they're 27, I was like, oh, like they have their stuff figured out. But I feel like 27 to me sounds better than 26. I don't know if you guys have those thoughts. For some reason, I like the sound of 27 better than 26. So I am excited for 27. I'm manifesting that it's a year of creativity and inspiration and reinvention. So that's what I'm hoping for it. For my 27th birthday, I did host a little get together with some friends, so I printed out some photos from the party, and the little gold stars that you see glued in were actually decorations that we put up for the party. So I had this sort of gold theme. Luckily I had plenty of gold stickers and things like that. Some of the stickers I used, people actually gave me as gifts because I guess a lot of people know that I love stickers, so I used those to decorate the spread as well. And I really like the whole color palette. This like blue and gold vibe is really cute. I also did a little flap with the Miffy postcard because Miffy is also a June birthday girl, and I got a little Miffy gift box, so I used that postcard as well for that spread. And then this next spread has no theme. I just wanted to compile a bunch of the postcards and tickets and receipts and scraps that I've gotten over the past week or so when I was in New York. So one of them was a postcard that I got from a cafe. This one is a ticket that I got from the K-pop Demon Hunters screening that I went to, which is so good. If you guys haven't seen it yet, I definitely recommend you check it out. It's on Netflix. I got to go to the Squid Game 3 premiere, and then a bunch of other things that I got from little shopping trips and stickers and whatnot. But I think it looks cute. Okay, here is the final flip through of my July 2025 bullet journal setup. I loved doing this theme. It was really nice to sort of end off this little Doodle Friends line box drop with this theme because so much of my mind has been focused on that, I guess. Now it's nice to like put that into my bullet journal since I have had to hide it for so long. Here are some of your bullet journal spreads and doodle planner recreations from the past couple of months. If you guys do use the doodle planner, or if you recreate any of my spreads, please tag me on Instagram. And as a wrap up, I just wanted to say thank you guys so much for all the support on the Little Doodle Friends blind box launch and drop. They're almost sold out, which I did not expect. I thought I was gonna have quite a bit left over, but you guys have been really supportive with this little project of mine. Thank you guys, whether you bought one or not. It's really cool to see your support for projects that are not journal related, because sometimes I feel like I put myself into this like planner journaling box a little bit, which is definitely my fault. I appreciate you guys supporting my little artistic projects, and there's definitely more to come with the Little Doodle Friends, but I thought this was a nice way to wrap up the first collection drop. Thank you guys so much. I will see you guys in the next one, and keep doodling. Bye!